I gasped when I saw these self-adhesive stencils from Dollar Tree. I picked up 4 of them. There was a 5th design. Anyhow, I'm just separating this design from the others, and I'm telling you, I wasn't sure how well these would work, but they work great. And then I also grabbed this wood piece also from Dollar Tree. It fit this stencil perfectly, and as you can see, it goes down just like a sticker, just like if you were to make a stencil on your Cricut, but you don't have to make it. I'm going to just cut off this little sign because it's supposed to be a horizontal sign, and I'm making it vertical. It's this really pretty piece of wood, but you could also do it, you know, the packs of wood. It's like, I think you get 4 or 5 pieces of the long wood. From Dollar Tree, you could use that as well. And then I had this pick in my stash. It's gorgeous, which means I probably bought it on clearance. I also love these paper paint pads from Dollar Tree. They're just so easy to put the paint on, and then you can just toss it. Love that. And so then I also just cut one of the sponge brushes. I just cut it down so that I could tap the paint in and have a nice control, because I do want to use 2 different colors. Throughout these projects, I am going to use pumpkin orange. It's from Craft Smart. It's called Orange Spice. And then I'm using wine color from craft paint, Anita's all-purpose craft paint. So those are the 2 colors I'm using. And so you can see I'm just really taking my time sponging that in. So once I do that, I peel it off, and here is the best part. I will show you at the end of the video, but here's the best part. Once you peel these off, you can wash them. You just run them over water, you let them dry sticky side up, and you can use them again. I'm like super impressed by these. What a good deal for $1.25. Anyhow, it was really, really fun to do these. So then I'm just going to glue down that stem that I had and add a little ribbon, and then this project's done. Oh yes, so stencils, I'm not a big fan of the space of stencils, and so I'm just closing in the letters. So you can see there the P, I'm just closing it in, and I just think that looks way cleaner. So I go ahead and I do that with just the tiniest little brush.
The train just left this town while I'm slowly heading back to my apartment. I'm not asking for your thoughts, I'm just thinking out loud in the darkness.
Okay, so so I'm grabbing one of these pumpkins from Dollar Tree, and I'm gonna paint the background, the base, that same orange spice color. And so in hindsight, I would have used the burgundy, the wine color on the raised part, but I didn't. Okay, so I'm taking this background stencil, which is gorgeous, and I'm going to put this down the pumpkin. Now, I've done a similar project to this, but I'm telling you, this is amazing. So then I'm going to take some of the Dollar Tree spackle. Make sure you have a little bit of water nearby. You will be able to spread it much, much better by wetting your fingers every so often. And then have some wet wipes nearby, just in case you need to wipe up. You can see this doesn't fit the whole pumpkin, which is fine. I'm able to move the stencil over for the other part. And now's the fun part. Just get your fingers dirty. Now you could use like a spatula type thing, but I love just using my fingers because I feel like I have more control. And I am just going to push that spackle down into the stencil. Now what I love about these stencils, and this is where I wasn't sure how they were going to be, is does the paint or does the spackle, does any of it go underneath the stencil? Like, does it bleed? And it didn't. And that's what I was really impressed by. Okay, here's the moment of reveal. Absolutely love this part. And you'll see I'm going really slow because there's a lot of detail in these stencils. So I just want to make sure I am pulling it nicely. I also don't want to rip any of the details in the stencil because I am going to want to use it again, and so that worked great. Now you can see on here where some of the paste, some of the spackle got onto the other areas, but it's not pressed down. It's just tap it off, and then you'll see here I just use my little Cricut spatula and I can just pop off the parts that kind of hung over. But anyhow, the design worked phenomenally. Now you could wash the stencil in between, but for time's sake I wanted to use it right away, and that worked too. So it was no big deal to just reuse it, get it down. It didn't make any difference. Like, it was still a clean image. So like I was saying earlier, in hindsight I would have, the natural wood area, I would have done that burgundy because it would have popped more. Then I just took this clear enamel from Rust-Oleum and I went across the whole thing. So now it's dried, it's sealed, and look at that amazing texture. Then I grabbed one of these wood tags from Dollar Tree and I did paint it that burgundy color, that wine color. And now I'm going to use one of the stencils out of the other pack, and I'm just going to use part of it because it's the whole thing's not going to fit on it. So this part will just say "Be Thankful," and I will put that down with white paint, and then that'll bring in the white spackle. So I want to make another one and do a dark color than with the white spackle. It'll pop so well. But in person, I mean, you can really see that texture. And if you've been here a while, you know I love texture. And if you haven't been here a while, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. And, stick around, hit that subscribe button, make sure you hit the bell, get the notifications. I love, love, love fall. I will have tons of fall videos, Halloween, and then Christmas. Oh my goodness, before you know it, it'll be 2024. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said that. I'm sure that stresses people out. It stresses me out. Who wants it to be 2024 already? So I ripped off these felt leaves from a garland that I picked up at the 99-cent store, and they match perfect. And then I am using some of the garland, the berry garland from Dollar Tree. It is the orange and the burgundy, so it matches absolutely perfect. And I just curly cued it around my fingers, and I will glue that down along with the tag. Now I put this project before some of the other ones where I show you how I curlied the garland, so you'll see how I did it in another project. But just hot gluing these down, adding the berry garland and the tag, and then finishing it off with a bow. And now this ribbon that I'm using is very old. It's in my scrapbook stash, and it is what inspired this color scheme. The ribbon is, the same colors, and I was like, ooh, I'm gonna do this whole video in the same color scheme. Obviously you can do any colors that your heart desires, but I do love these deep colors together. They really remind me of fall.
All I got was my heart broken. I can see the dawn is coming just for you, for you, for you.
So once again, Dollar Tree really stepping up their game in their signs. I love this one. There is another design too, which I also bought, so you may see that project coming as well. So I'm using the same orange spice. I'm going to cover the whole background. I am going to paint over those two side pumpkins, but I'm still able to see them because they are like lasered in there, so they're a little bit indented. So I am able to see that. And then with a very small brush, I will go inside the pumpkin. And once I get this one painted, I'll go ahead and paint that pumpkin, the upper part, I will just say the raised part, I will paint with that wine color. And then you'll see kind of it a paint pen off to the side. That's one of my Posca markers, and the color is apricot. And so it came out a little more yellow than I thought, but that's okay. So I'm going to just trace out the pumpkins that are on the side with my Posca marker. You can see here up close, so you can see that the lines come through. I love Posca markers. They are an investment, but Michael's, you know, when they have their 30 and 40% off coupons, they do work on the Poscas, and you can get them for a really good deal. And I buy them in a set. And then sometimes they'll have like buy one, get one free of just single colors. So again, put that on your Christmas wish list if you don't have them, and have your person get them from Michael's. That's what I did, and I literally sent my mom and daughter the coupon code and said, just in case you want to get me the Posca markers for Christmas, here's a coupon, you can get them for 40% off. And sure enough, I got them for Christmas. This is actually the first project I made with the stencils. So here is another one that you can see here. It's got three. This one's, I really like this one. The background one's probably my favorite, but this is my second favorite. I just think they look so high end. So I'll go ahead and I'm going to put this right down onto my sign. I am going to make it off center, and then what I'm going to do to that left is I'm going to add a bunch of stems and picks that I have to, you know, spruce this up. So I'm just using some gold paint. I actually got it at Target like 3 years ago, and it's going strong. I've used it so much. I have plenty, and it was $1, I think, from in their dollar spot. Yep, nope, I'm looking at it right now. It was $1. Super good deal. And I'm just going to do it all in one color. I found a bunch of stems, fall stems, in my stash, and so I do believe when I looked them up, they are from Joann's. Joann's always has really beautiful florals, but they also have, I think Joann's is underrated, and they always have really good clearance sales after the holiday. So if you have a Joann's near you, make sure you go after each holiday, and you're going to get some really good deals. So that is what I did and how I got those. But Dollar Tree has amazing stems too, so you'll be able to recreate any of these projects. Now I'm going to take that burgundy color again, and then I just mixed a little bit of the gold, hoping it kind of gave a shimmer, and I'm just sponging it around the corners. And I just feel like this really kind of finishes off the sign. It gives it kind of like a border. I really love doing this whenever you make signs and you can kind of use a darker color on the edges, especially like if you're doing something farmhouse. You can just take some like antique wax from Waverly and just do that. I think it looks really good. Okay, so I love, love, love this, I don't know if you call it mesh, but the wreath stuff from Dollar Tree. It's so gorgeous. It has that foiling, fall leaves, and so I'm just going to put a little bit of this in the background. So you're not going to see it a lot, but you are going to kind of see it shine through. And then I'm just going to add some of these stems. Some of them, like I said, are from Dollar Tree. And then I'll add a bow, and I will add one of the little acorns, and then this project will be complete.
Summer is ended, start turning brown. Red and yellow, soon they'll be falling down. Now, I'm not ready, not just yet. I'm not ready for autumn. Autumn comes too soon. Autumn comes too soon. The light that flickers will blow away the sight. And all that blossomed will wither away and die. Not now, I'm not ready, not just yet. I'm not ready for autumn. Autumn comes too soon. I'm not ready for autumn. Autumn comes too soon. Autumn comes too soon. Autumn comes too soon.
And this ribbon here is from Dollar Tree, and I actually find it a little bit hard to use on projects because it has the gold foiling lining it, and a lot of times I'm doing kind of like a farmhousey look, and so I was like, yay, I can finally use this ribbon, and that gold is actually something I want, so I love that. Also, I would like to take a moment and invite you over to Instagram. My name over there is $__mom. And you'll see some of these projects, but you're also going to see organization tips and hauls. And then in my stories, I share my day-to-day life and, funny things and other people's projects. So if you are on Instagram or would like to start, come on over and add me as a friend. And as always, if you DM me any questions, I am happy to answer them. Now, the Dollar Tree wood pumpkin ornaments are just a hair shorter, and I had this wood pumpkin in my stash. I actually get it from my friend who sells shapes, and I will link her shop to all her, oh my gosh, she has some of the coolest things you can buy to decorate. But anyhow, this particular stencil fit absolutely perfectly. Eat, drink, and be thankful. And what we're going to do is we are going to make a kitchen cutting board sign. So of course, eat, drink, and be thankful is a perfect stencil to be using.
open up the window. I'm breathing in the last of September. I can feel the wind blow, and the late summer sky is like a giant ember. Everything is turning into gold when the autumn leaves are playing chase. It puts a smile up on my face. They leave their branches one by one and whirl around there just for fun. Some are faster, some are slow.
Okay, now I'm going to disassemble one of these signs from Dollar Tree, the cutting board sign. Now, they do have some for Thanksgiving. I just had the Easter one in my stash. And so ripping it all apart, and then I'm popping out the little pins there. I'm not going to reuse them, but you can. And then I went to my scrapbook paper stash, and I grabbed a couple pieces out that matched my project. And I will just add those down. Now, because it's 12 by 12 paper and the sign is a little bit larger than 12 by 12, I'm going to just paint this top part, make it look like, you know, you're supposed to have a different color. And then I will add down the papers.
Some are high and some are low, dancing through the last days of September. Since I was a little child, every year for as long as I remember, all the leaves were running wild, going all the way until November. Turn the world around us into gold when the autumn leaves are playing chase. It puts a smile up on my face. They leave their branches one by one and whirl around there just for fun. Some are faster, some are slow, and some are high and some are low.
Here's a little tip if you're putting your stencil down on a non-painted surface. You can just use a little piece of sandpaper and just sand that paint right off. Of course, if it was a painted background, you could just take your background paint and cover it. Okay, so I'm grabbing these leaves here from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to, again, how perfect are these colors? I was telling you this video was just like, use these colors. So I'm just going to glue all this down, and I'm just going to embellish this cutting board.
Dancing through the last days of September. I wonder where they're going, the flight of swallows sailing through the sky. There's no way of knowing, but maybe someplace far from you and I. When the autumn leaves are playing chase, it puts a smile up on my face. They leave their branches one by one and whirl around there just for fun. Some are faster, some are slow, and some are high and some are low, dancing through the last days of September. When the autumn leaves are playing chase, it puts a smile up on my face. They leave their branches one by one and whirl around there just for fun. Some are faster, some are slow, and some are high and some are September.
I wanted to show you how these clean up. Look, it looks new. That is after I used it. I was able to stick it right back down onto the backing and put them back in the package, and now I can use them again. Again, I highly recommend them. I really hope you can find some if you want them. And I hope you enjoyed this video. I had so much fun making it. Let me know down in the comments which was your favorite. And until next time, happy crafting!